Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Virgo and Pisces on Saturdays. But I do just want to let you guys know that the deck that I'm using today is called the Mystical Manga Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, my information is in the description below. So I do just want to tell you guys a little bit more about how I shuffle the cards. I sometimes have cards that flip over in the deck. I do see them. However, I usually don't take them unless they jump out of the deck like these ones have. And usually if they jump out in groups that are too big, I'll go ahead and put them back in and continue shuffling. But my main goal here is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and then we can get started on your reading. So with that being said, I'm going to keep shuffling until I can pull roughly 3 or 4 more cards for you guys, and then we can get started on your reading. Okay, let me pick up those cards that fell. I'm going to go ahead and take these cards. We have 10 cards for you guys, but I do just want to give you guys a quick reminder that in case you enjoy the reading, the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment, but your overall energy here is the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment card, I feel like is a very positive energy because for a lot of you guys, I feel like that means a second chance. I feel like the Judgment card is allowing you to really grow. And, you know, if you look at this symbolism here, these people have, you know, already passed away, but they're coming back for the Day of Judgment, right? So it is essentially like a second chance in a way, you know, and that's what the card is symbolic of. But I feel like more than that, you guys are really trying to become more connected with your spirituality, I feel. Because I see this High Priestess. And the High Priestess is symbolic of you guys really connecting with your intuition. The High Priestess is able to understand things before somebody even says them. You know, she is a very strong empath, and she understands the way people think and the way people, like the motives that people have behind the way they act. And then you have the Fool card as well. So I feel like you guys are trying to really leave behind some of these old blockages and even baggage of how you used to live your life and things that maybe perhaps you've grown accustomed to in a negative way, and you are really trying to let that go because there's this symbolism here of this man just taking his bag of a few little belongings and moving forward, right? And there's the symbolism of the fact that he's in clown makeup. So it almost feels like you guys are taking a risk and you guys are willing to be ridiculed for the risk that you're taking because you're so confident in the fact that it's going to work out for you. And the reason I think that is because we have this 10 of Cups in reverse with this 6 of Swords. Now, the 10 of Cups is very representative of emotional fulfillment. So that means getting what you want emotionally and finally being able to, you know, reach that self-actualization in your life, right? For a lot of people, this emotional fulfillment can be some kind of a happily ever after, which may be related to their family, right? For a lot of people, like it's depicted here, is that very happy family unit. But I feel like in your current situation, in your current path, you don't feel like you can really achieve this all that well. And that's why you've decided to take this Fool energy and the 6 of Swords energy where you're taking this trip, you're moving, you're changing the course of your ship. And you're doing that with the intention of sailing into smoother waters. And it's all very interesting because I see the 7 of Pentacles here in reverse with the Justice card. So these two cards, especially when they're together in the reverse, talk about imbalance. So the Justice card tells us about the black and the white, the 50-50 exchanges, right? And this is, no surprise that when it's in reverse, it's saying that things are not balanced. Things are not even, and they're not adding up the way they should, right? And also with this Seven of Pentacles, this is a card about input and output, right? So when you put in energy into a situation, you get that same amount of energy out. Maybe in a way that is even more beneficial or useful to you, right? So this man in this card is constantly taking care of these plants, but the reason he's doing that is because they're giving him fruit, right? They're giving him pentacles. They're allowing him to sustain himself. So when it's in the reverse, we know that the amount of energy that you're putting in is more than what you're getting back. So you're actually losing on the exchange, right? There's this element of entropy there. And the Justice card here is, again, here to sort of magnify and call attention to that. And if you guys want to be in a situation where it's sustainable, you need to have this equal give and take of the situation. And for some of you guys, this may very well be a relationship where you're giving in more energy and there is also this lack of emotional fulfillment. And by following your intuition, you're starting a new beginning and you're looking for this equal partnership elsewhere. For some of you guys, this might actually also be work, right? The pentacles are very reminiscent of that work energy. But either way, we have this moon card with this Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords is in reverse, which is actually a really good thing, because the Ten of Swords in the upright talks about betrayal, it talks about pain, it talks about devastation, right? And the fact that it's in reverse leads us to believe that you're really healing from all that. Perhaps you've had something very ugly and nasty happen to you in the past, but now you're really trying to move past it and continue your life in a healthy way. And I feel like that's very admirable. And also, I think that with a lot of you guys, you maybe perhaps put this into your psyche, right? Because we have the moon card, which talks about the psyche. It talks about secrets, and it talks about things that are unknown and unseen. So I think that for a lot of you guys, you've maybe had these patterns for a long time, but you've just decided not to really deal with them. And for a lot of people, that can manifest as staying in situations that aren't beneficial for you, but doing it because you know the situation, you feel comfortable in it, even though it's not beneficial to you, and all those things, right? So this could apply to relationships or works, or jobs, I should say, and whatever else, right? But I feel like here you're really doing a lot of healing with the moon card, because these patterns of you staying where you are being, where you're being in a situation that's not for your highest good, that pattern is being made aware to you. And as a result, you're gaining your power back because you're moving past this energy of, feeling devastated, feeling pain, right? Because the swords here in the reverse are falling out. And also the moon card is representative of Pisces, you guys. So I feel like you guys are very much in your own element right now, and you're trying to really become powerful, right? You're taking back your power in order to move forward and take action in the things that you actually want. And it's very interesting because we have the King of Swords with the Page of Swords. Now, they're both in reverse, which can be representative of somebody who is very emotionally immature, right? So the King of Swords is very smart. He's very good at everything that has to do with the mental realm. But unfortunately, he doesn't have the largest EQ, right? Emotional quotient, emotional intelligence. This might be a person who's very condescending, who looks down on people who make emotions, or rather who make decisions based on their emotions, or even weigh in their emotions in any way whatsoever. And this person just all around denounces emotions and anything that doesn't have to do with logic and thinking, right? And like obviously that kind of clashes with you guys because as a water sign, you guys are very much in touch with your emotions. And that's where you get most of your power from, is your ability to be able to understand how other people feel, empathize with them, and heal them, right? And I feel like this person just does not understand and cannot fathom why people would even like bother using their emotions. And obviously I'm hyperbolizing a little bit, but I feel like you're going to run into somebody who carries this energy with them. And even though I am hyperbolizing, they're going to be very extreme about it because we have both the king and the page. And the page is even more immature than any of the other court cards in the sword suit. So like the page is also a message. So because it's a reverse, it might be a blockage of a message, but I think more than that, it's going to be a message that is highly emotionally immature. And you're going to read it, and I feel like you're not even going to be able to be upset. You're going to be so like dumbfounded. Like you're probably going to find it funny before you find it upsetting because it's like so beyond you that somebody could be so like against understanding basic emotions. But I don't think this really matters to you in the long run. This person feels like a very minor character. They're barely even coming up in your reading. I feel like the bigger picture is all about you guys doing your healing and listening to your intuition. So that was your reading, Pisces. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new videos for Pisces and Virgo on Saturdays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I've had on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.